Hello, welcome to March 31st, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is something that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's right now exactly 4:45 a.m. I'm beginning to run about 15 minutes late on this. Maybe it's in my new start time. That's because I'm choosing to have a cup of coffee to fortify my senses and my resolve ahead of starting the camera. I still get up at 4 a.m., but it takes me 45 minutes to get to this point. I do this in order to, this video and this exercise, this endeavor, in order to remember my life objectives and principles. Those are outlined in my book, Going Alone. And I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours and to plan for the coming day. First, last night and yesterday. I slept pretty good last night. I don't feel so good this morning, but I'm confident that's my allergies. So I'll take my allergy medicine and I should be in better sort soon. Yesterday was a good day, good solid day of work. I got a lot done. Had a nice walk with my wife at lunchtime and another nice walk with her on the beach in the evening. We had a nice dinner together. Emily dropped by to visit, which was pleasant. And it was an altogether good day. Got some good reading done. Challenges and opportunities. Can't think of anything in particular. It was just an opportunity to live an earnest day. Okay, now let's plan for, let's do the good life. My 7 objectives are as follows. Number 1 is to be always ready to die. That means I want to have my life affairs, my relationships with others, and my personal life objectives in order and ready, soundly ready to go. Well, ready for me to go. Number 2 is to make good and effective use of my time, to not waste my days. Number 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, those which are outlined in my book. Number 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions so that I react well. I did have one instance yesterday of that where I consciously was, mustering my resolve to react well to a particular circumstance. I can't remember the details, but I do remember the instance of doing that. Next, and this is number 5, is to perform good actions, just to do good things. And good things are not just in general. It's very much very specific things. To do things in which further the well-being of thinking creatures. Next, number 6 is to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities so that I don't task myself beyond my reach. And then lastly, number 7 is to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. Next, my 34 principles. These are war. Number 1 is war, to always be fighting against what I think is true. 2 is reason, to always be a reasonable human being to the best of my capability. And that specifically means to be honest, objective, skeptical, and willing to accept the humiliation of discovering that I'm wrong. Number 3 is the homunculus, a reminder that I do not have a soul. That's a made-up concept, but I do have a consciousness. Number 4 is the anchor hold, a reminder that my consciousness is trapped within me, will not escape when I'm dead, and that death will be an absolute and forever thing. Oblivion, really. Next is the principle of purpose. The home of good and evil. Right and wrong do not exist as absolutes in the universe, but instead are opinions that we develop and hold. And it's good to work to have good ideas about right and wrong, that good and evil, that are in alignment with the actual world around us. And then we can work with others to develop systems of law and justice that harmonize with best practice of right and wrong, good and evil. I kind of said that in a roundabout way, but I think I got the point across. Next is purpose, the principle of purpose, that is. And my 3 purpi are, number 1, to be a good husband and father. 2, to be a virtuous man, where virtue, again, is activities and decisions that are in the pursuit of the improved well-being of thinking creatures. And then 3, my third sub-principle for purpose is to pursue whatever purpose I choose for myself, which for me is, at this point in my life, the furthering of the message contained in my book, Going Alone. Available on Amazon and at my website, goingalone.org, if you want a signed copy. Next is the atomic principle. Everything is made of bits and pieces, falling to pieces, including you and me. Then the principle of nature. Everything and everyone have a particular nature, and it's good to recognize what that is so that we can live in better accord with how the world really is and behaves. And then the pirate ride. The next principle is called the pirate ride, a funny name. It just simply is my suggestion that free will is an illusion. I can't prove it, but I'm convinced that's the case. Convinced for no other reason than faith, which is a sin, I know, but there you go. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I just don't think that we have free will. I think that we live our lives compatible with the universe, not destined, but being jostled and pushed by the forces around us, which themselves are jostled and pushed by the further forces around them. The next principle is maturity, and the sub-principles of wisdom and fortitude and integrity. We are mature when we wisely remember our past successes and failures, have the strength and fortitude to do better, and then can enjoy a life lived in where our consequence are in alignment with our values, our sought-after consequence, the things that we seek after to do. Next comes the social principle. We are social creatures. We need each other. And our best ends are social ends. The sub-principles here are diplomacy, working together to better understand right and wrong. Justice, seeking the thing that we seek. Conspiracy, working together to pursue those ends. Then comes the principle of family, a good thing to have, a collection of people in our lives that can be our substance and substrate of connection. Then the public speaking, a principle that suggests that we should develop good listening and speaking and writing skills, cultivating a rich and deep vocabulary to use well, to experience literature, to form the substrate of our understanding, to model after the eloquence of others that we admire, to develop the ability to exercise prudence in our communication, where we can filter what we say through our values, and felicity, to flavor and season our words with just the right amount of our emotions, and to always avoid spreading rumors or engaging in gossip. Next is the best seat in the house. Is that right? No. Distraction. And another principle called agency and the great indifference. Those two go together. Distraction is what we do so that we don't have to see that the universe has no gods, that we're alone, because that means that we're responsible. So we distract ourselves with all the stuff that we've got in our lives, from our drama, the dramas of our politics and our sports and our leisure time and our families and our school and our careers, our church and our God. It's all a big distraction. Busy all of our life long, so that we can cover our eyes from the emptiness that seems to pervade everything around us, the lack of sentience beyond ourselves and some of the other life forms here on Earth, none of which have any control, or necessarily overarching control over us. There is no overarching agency that watches over us. No God, no gods. We're on our own. That's what we don't want to see. That's why we distract ourselves. I choose not to. Then comes the best seat in the house. To be all right with who I am and where I am and what I'm doing. Then comes 4 principles that go together. These are temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, and then the feast of offal. That's right. Temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born. Then I knew I was missing something up. That which must be born, and then the feast of offal. Let me try that again. 5 principles that go together. Temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, and the feast of offal. And the way that they work is, temperance is our ability to control ourselves, our self-restraint, our ability to control our consumption, namely. Life will not go well is a reminder to expect speed bumps during life. The horror show is a further reminder that some of those speed bumps are potholes that will swallow us whole. That which must be born suggests that we have to bear these things. And then the feast of offal is a reminder not to spread our undue upset onto others because we can't take it. We don't want to soil them with our pain. There, I got through that. Next comes in, did I mess it up a little bit? I can always check the book. The book's got all these objectives and principles laid out. So what comes after the feast of offal? I think I messed it up. I think that's where, oh, hold on. Maybe that's where the best seat in the house belongs. Let's see. Yeah, no, I did mess it up. I put the best seat in the house in the wrong place. Feast of offal, the principle of distraction, agency and the great indifference. Yeah, that's right. The best seat in the house, so that was right. Oh. Well, how did that? So I really messed up. I should have been public speaking and then temperance. I really messed it up. I got him in there, but I really messed up. Next then, no wonder I felt out of sorts. Next is, let's just go with it, the restless man. I knew I had, the next one was a 4 and then a 5. The next one is a, the next one is a 4. The restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, and the risk of avoiding risk. The path of wildness is the restlessness is what we feel when we're in our teens, in our 20s, and we start to feel this like, there's got to be more to life. The path of wildness is what we step upon when we choose to endeavor to seek after that, to fulfill that, to assuage that feeling. And then the great life adventure is the yield that comes of that experience. And then the risk of avoiding risk is what happens is a recommendation to avoid going to the extreme, too much adventure or too much safety. Try to find a balance in between. That's all. Next is sin and damnation. There are 8 sins in my worldview, and the consequence of these is damnation in the here and now. These are falsity, credulity, faith, superstition, dogma, authority, rumor, and gossip. I try to avoid all of those things. Otherwise, the consequence is being a damned liar, damn fool, or damn rumor-mongering gossip. I know that those last two don't. That's not correct, but it sounds good coming out of my mouth. Because just because you engage in rumors doesn't mean you're a gossip. Well, I guess maybe you are. Spreading rumors? Yeah, I guess being a gossip is spreading a rumor. That is correct to say a rumor-mongering gossip. Could you be a gossip-mongering rumor? No. Yeah, but it doesn't sound as good. I'll leave that in the past. Move on. Sin and damnation is next. No, complete oblivion is next. After death, if I have no soul, there is no God, no heaven and hell, no absolute right and wrong, then all there waits for me is the grave and oblivion. No, won't see my loved ones again. I won't have a chance to reconcile any differences, and there won't be any final justice. Just oblivion. Next comes, after complete oblivion, script writing. The ability to kind of right ahead what's happening in the minutes, hours, and days ahead. And then the bullseye aim, reminder to expect to miss the mark. Try to hit for the bullseye, but expect to miss it. Every now and then when I get it, I should be happy. I shouldn't be upset when I miss. Missing is what the normal thing is. The uphill climb, striving to finish the day further and higher up the mountain than yesterday. Better, more comprehensive view. Arena and utility. Life is an arena for the development of objectives and principles that we can use to live a better life. Nothing is enough. Reminder to be satisfied with less. And then finally, the principle of fun. Reminder to have a good time, to plan, to enjoy the good times of today, to plan for tomorrow, to good times tomorrow, and to remember the good times of yesterday. That's it. I got through it. Okay, let's think about today. Today's another day of work. I'm going to finish this. I'll upload this. I'll type out my words, read the Bible. I'm starting a new chapter today, Zephaniah, and then I will edit a chapter of Freeway Bible Study. Then I will feed the dogs, walk the dog, let them out, and then start my day in earnest. For work, I plan to do my status report, work on that video for that one agency customer, and a few other things. I have a couple meetings, and then the weekend will begin. I'll stop for there. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. Take care.